谷翔平は21日、日本時間22日、本拠地ロサンゼルスでのダイヤモンドバックス戦に2番指名打者で出場し、左翼戦2塁打と右前的自打を放って4打数2安打1打点で2盗塁をマークした。試合には敗れてしまったが大活躍だった大谷選手について海外のテレビ番組が詳しく解説していましたので、そちらの翻訳をご紹介します。それではご覧ください。
You know, you're going to have outings like that where you may not have your best stuff, or the opposition's starting to base hit you to death a little bit. You got to tip your hat. Sometimes they made adjustments. The D-backs weren't trying to go for the long ball. They're trying to put the ball in play. They had runners on. Moreno did a great job on that pitch, a base hit up the middle. So again, all in all, the D-backs did what they needed to do to win this ball game tonight. Tip your hat. It happens in the show. They drive, what DJ says, they drive nice cars too.
So some relatively soft contact early in the game, but then we saw some thunder from the Diamondbacks as well, Jerry, later on in the game with Christian Walker, who's been a Dodger killer throughout his career, and then, of course, Jock's 3-run shot.
Yeah, Christian Walker, obviously Dodger Stadium, he loves hitting in this place. Great stadium, great atmosphere. They wanted this pitch in, but again, this is in his wheelhouse, able to drive it about 435 feet on a line, keeps it fair. But again, Christian Walker does a great job of keeping it fair, pulling his hand. He's just a very good ball player.
Yeah, Babe Ruth. We talk about there's always that opposing team player that's Babe Ruth against you, and that's Christian Walker, no doubt. And then we've seen it in the Dodger uniform. You can't make a mistake to Jock Peterson. He's going to find a way, and he ends up coming up with that big hit, that big 3-run home run that really just kind of put this game out of reach for the Diamondbacks and really just kept the momentum on their side for the rest of the game.
And that was right after the Dodgers had scored 2 runs to make it a 4-3 game, and then instantly that 3-run shot, and it was it.
And we always talk about having shutdown innings after you score, but guess what? The other team understands that too. When you answer, they try to answer right back, and they were able to do that. They wanted that breaking ball down and in to Jock Peterson. That pitch was down, but it was center cut, and Jock Peterson does a great job of squaring it up, driving out of the ballpark.
All right, Diamondbacks win the middle game of the series 7-3. Right now, let's head back upstairs, check in one final time with Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser.
7-3 final score tonight. Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers, and really Arizona had this one the whole way. They got the early lead and held on.
Yeah, they got some good starting pitching. They got some offense that was kind of productive. It wasn't hit real hard, but Gavin Stone didn't have his best location. Had really good stuff, but not his best location, and it was a tough one for him. He gave him a chance to win, but then when all of a sudden they get the 3-run bomb by Jock Peterson, all of a sudden it gets out of reach.
Got the right guy going tomorrow as they try to win the series.
Yeah, he's performing like an ace, can perform like a stopper tomorrow and really win this series for the Dodgers. That's something they want to do here at home all the time.
That is Tyler Glass now going for the Dodgers. Ryan Nelson counters for the Diamondbacks at 7-10.
Carl's Jr. moment of the game. It's Shohei Ohtani, Jerry. He's going to double, and then he's going to basically score himself because he's going to steal and score on an error.
I love this approach. This is first pitch swinging. He doesn't try to pull the ball. He drives it the other way and then steals third base and then kind of trots on home, creating a run. We talk about speed kills. Speed is a need for any ball club that wants to win.
It's kind of like instant offense no more. He's almost his own rally, all by himself, getting on base, swiping a bag, putting pressure on the defense and scoring.
Well, he's utilizing all the tools that he has. We know that. He has more than just one club in his bag. It's not just a driver. He'll use different ones. He'll go the other way. He's trying to get something started, and especially early on when the Dodgers couldn't seem to figure out Brandon Pfaadt here for the D-backs. So he's able to get that double. He's able to steal a bag. Here he is, stealing third, creating an errant throw as well. Just trying to get something. And this is the time to do it because we talked about earlier before the game about that baseball IQ. Sometimes you feel it in your club out and in your dugout. You're going, we're not getting anything going. You're watching this game. We're like, we're not figuring this out. So you're trying to start something. And you know what? They were starting to come back. They were creeping back in here, getting it close. But sometimes that's what you need from somebody.
This guy probably is the best power hitter in the game today. And you just saw him try to win the ball game. Going the other way, just trying to get on base, gets a double. He's still third, able to score on the overthrow. And then a runner on third base. Less than 2 outs, short up, just put the ball in play. He gets rewarded by getting a hit with that. Understand the situation. He definitely has a high IQ. It's all about winning. complete ball player.
All right, Dodgers fall to the Diamondbacks 7-3 the final. Let's head back inside the clubhouse. Gavin Stone right now is talking with Kirsten Watson in the media.
Gavin, when you kind of reflect on today's outing, did it feel like it was kind of just a grind out there for you today?
Oh, yeah. Didn't feel the best. But I thought overall, I mean, it's pretty good. Left the changeup up to Walker and then Carroll on the sinker, and then a couple other hitters. But overall, I felt decent. A couple pitches didn't feel great, but felt decent.
How do you kind of manage yourself when you do kind of feel like, maybe it's not your best stuff, but still can find ways to be effective? How did you kind of limit the damage, especially in situations like early in the game in which the 4 back-to-back hits, but then to follow up with the double play?
Yeah, I mean, just trusting our defense. We have a great defense. I mean, if you think about who's out there, so just, throwing it over the plate, keeping it down is really just what I was trying to focus on, and letting our defense do the rest.
The pitching has been so reliable for a long stretch, yourself included. Can you look at this as just a clunker and move on?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like, I threw a lot of good pitches today. Just left a couple over the plate, and they took advantage.
Your change-ups, obviously, like your go-to pitch. Was that maybe not working as crisp as you would have liked it, or was there anything else in specific that you were kind of looking for all night?
Yeah, probably just specifically the changeup. It didn't really feel the best. But, I mean, I really did feel good with everything else, though.
Gavin Stone came into this game 4 wins over his last 6 starts, an ERA of 2. Nomar, what did you see from him in his second loss of the season tonight?
Well, like you said, he felt decent out there. Was it his best stuff? No, but you're not going to have your best stuff. So you got to find a way to grind. And out there, we talked about how important his fastball command, because it sets up his other devastating pitches, his changeup. He's more than a 2-pitch pitcher now, and he was utilizing other breaking pitches. But at the same time, we know that changeup had the great movement that he has, and then you're looking for that as a hitter, and then you climb the ladder with that fastball, establishing the fastball, establishing the changeup. They look the same coming out of his hand, which makes him so devastating. So when you know that coming in as an opposing player, you're going, I hope he's not throwing it for strikes, or I hope he's not making it look good right out of the hand. But he was able to throw that fastball for a strike, which means now I'm looking for a pitch up, because I know that changeup's going to fall off the table like we saw right there. But then he's able to dot that fastball. Now you have to open your sights up as a hitter. And when he's able to do that, he's going to be able to get that swing and miss. And he creates a bigger zone for himself to really go up the ladder, climb the ladder. Because I told you have to look up high, right? Because of that changeup dropping off. Well, now he's going just a little bit higher than maybe you're looking to get that swing and miss.
Listen, he did not pitch bad whatsoever tonight. He pitched good enough to win. Sometimes the other team makes adjustments. They did a great job just putting the ball in play. They were not trying to drive the ball out of the ballpark, kind of base hit them to death a little bit, going the other way. And then he made one mistake. Christian Walker, I think he was sitting the 3-2 changeup. He got it and was able to drive it out of the ballpark. But sometimes you got to tip your hats to the opposition. D-backs played well tonight.
All right.
D-backs just had his number.
I mean, that's an impressive stat. You go that long without, 2 earned runs or less. It's been getting it done. Sometimes you're like, all right, start a new streak like that. You have one of these days, you have a hiccup, you come back, and you're like, keep pitching well.
What you guys say in baseball, it's all about turning the page. I'm sure he will do that and look forward to his next start. Tonight we saw Miguel Vargas come up with his first big league hit since July 6th of last year. Let's hear from Vargas right now inside the clubhouse with Kirsten.
Just first, what were you seeing from Fott early in the game? And then I guess we'll kind of get into the hit later in the game. But first, what did you see from him early?
I mean, he was really good with his stuff. He was, using his fastball really good. So I think it was a good thing for him.
To get that big swing later in the game, and just I know we talked about kind of how much more better you're feeling with your hands, things like that. Was that just kind of one of those hits that's a perfect example of just the work you've been putting in and how confident and comfortable you feel at the plate right now?
Yeah, obviously, I feel way better at the plate this year. And then, just trying to be on base, help, make a run and scoring position and, try to make some runs.
Where do you think you've gotten or you've improved the most since the first half of last year?
I mean, I think I learned a lot from last year about, being struggles. So, now I just want to enjoy the process every single day, enjoying being here. I mean, I'm on the best team in baseball, so that's all I do, trying to, have fun and enjoy the time here.
Was there like part of your swing you felt like you kind of got back on track either last year or the start of this year offensively?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I feel way better. I feel my swing is almost back to what I want to be. So that made me feel more comfortable at the plate too.
Miguel Vargas, really his entire life, Nomar, he's been such a good hitter. I think a lot of people were surprised that he struggled to the level he did last season, the first 3 months or so. Optioned back to AAA Oklahoma City. We never saw him again until just a few days ago. Now that he's back, was this a good sign tonight, what you saw from him at the plate?
Yeah, it's always good to get hits. I mean, because that builds the confidence, but we've also seen him up here and watching him take batting practice. Batting practice has been different than what we saw, as you mentioned, last year. Jerry and I always talked about, he had incredible hands prior to him ever getting called up, and then it looked like when he got to the big leagues, he changed. The hands were eliminated and there was a different swing. And I think it really minimized his contact and minimized him squaring the ball up on a consistent basis. So I think it's taken him a little while to find those hands again and trusting those hands and keeping the barrel above his hands as he's attacking the ball. We've seen that since he's been called up as far as in batting practice. I think it showed right there as well. So hopefully he realizes, and we said when you get called up this time, you don't have to change. You've been having success down there in the minors. Doesn't mean you change, you get to the big leagues. Trust what you're doing. Trust your hands, because we always said he has incredible hands. You find those again, he'll have staying power.
Absolutely. And, he's a great athlete as well. Yeah. Transferring obviously from the infield and making that adjustment to the outfield. He's still trying to make that adjustment. He looks a lot more comfortable in the outfield as well. But that double he had, very aggressive on that pitch, up and in. For him to pull his hands and those lightning hands to square it up, rock it down the left field line. Hopefully that is a step, because we know he can hit.
All right, still more to come here from Dodger Stadium on a night and move.
いかがでしたか？驚異的な活躍を見せる大谷選手。怪我なくこのまま活躍をずっと見ていたいですね。このチャンネルは日本人メジャー選手に対する海外のインタビューなどの翻訳動画をご紹介いたします。ぜひチャンネル登録、高評価よろしくお願いいたします。